1400 a.m.
Throughout this week and through the month of February, the Harrison School of Pharmacy is taking part in a national initiative, get the word out about patients about taking their medications as instructed. And joining us this morning to talk about this program called Script Your Future is Veronica Moat and Maria Campbell, joining us bright and early this morning on News Talk. We're glad to have both of you with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I know you would typically be up and going at this time, right?
No.
Okay.
Maybe 30 more minutes.
Well, thank you both for being with us on Auburn and Opelika this morning. Let's talk just a little bit about Script Your Future, what that means, and then we'll talk about what that means to the Auburn Opelika community. You're both students in the Harrison School of Pharmacy.
Yes, we are.
All right. How far along are you in your education?
I'm a third-year student, so almost done.
Okay.
I'm at the halfway mark.
There you go. All right.
I'm a P2, so almost halfway done, which is a second-year student.
All right. Talk about your involvement then in Script Your Future. What are your roles in the Script Your Future Team Challenge at Auburn University? We'll start with you first, Maria.
Okay. Veronica and I are both co-chairs of this competition, and we have our own team at Auburn University to do the competition, and it's a competition nationwide against over 160 pharmacy schools, and the main point of the competition is talking about scripting your future, which means I will take my medications as prescribed, and we're just getting the awareness and just getting the community involved, the students, and all physicians and healthcare.
All right. How many folks, Veronica, are on the Auburn team?
There's about 20 of us that are on the Auburn team so far. Maria and I are head of it. We have a great faculty member who leads it. Her name's Jan Kovokchin. She kind of oversees that, and then just 15 to 20 other students that come along with us.
I guess you're about halfway through the competition because it's January and February. We're in the last week of January at this point. What have you done so far? And then we'll talk about what happens in February.
So far, we kind of have a late start. Actually, most of our main events are in February. We just started back to school. I've been back since January 5th. Maria's been back since January 12th. So we kind of started planning and everything January 12th. And the main thing that we've done so far is we had an event last week out on the concourse at Auburn, and we were able to talk to over 500 students about medication adherence. And that was a big deal to us because in the past we focused more on the elderly, more grown population, and so this year we decided to take approach with the university and get students involved.
Okay.
And since it was the new year, we got a little creative and created this Hop and John's recipe with the medication adherence cards attached to them, so we passed those out to say, hey, welcome back and welcome to the new school year.
Okay. It is important, I think, that this competition involves all age ranges. Listen, I think we all think about the elderly and senior citizens as far as folks making sure they're taking their medication, taking the proper medication, but it's not just that age group that may have problems with this.
About 3 out of 4 Americans are on some sort of prescription, and that doesn't just consist of the elderly. I mean, you can have students, younger children, middle-aged, so we're trying to hit every target group this year.
Okay. And is that a change from in the past?
It's been pretty consistent.
Okay.
Pretty consistent. I don't think, college-age students don't really realize, especially now with flu season, you might get an antibiotic. That's really important to take it exactly at how it's prescribed, or it's not going to work. And you'll end up back in the clinic, you could even be in the hospital just because you didn't take that antibiotic once a day, twice a day for 7 to 10 days as you were prescribed.
Yeah. The Z-Pack, I have to take that from time to time because you get,
That's a lucky one. It has instructions on it.
Well, it does. But one of the important parts of it, and I'm not a pharmacist here, but one of the important parts is you take all the medicine.
Yeah, even if you're feeling better.
Exactly.
And that's what we tell a lot of our patients. And that's with every medication. Like high blood pressure medicine, high cholesterol. Take it even if you're feeling good that day. You're feeling good because you're taking your medication.
All right, what is the primary reason, what's the most prevalent reason for someone not to take their medication? Is it simply they forget? Is it a nuisance? Is the fact that they feel really good that day? What's the most prevalent reason that you get when you talk with folks?
It's kind of all of the above. They think, I feel good today. I don't necessarily need this, or I can save money if I hold off filling this prescription.
Yeah, or I forgot to take it this morning.
Yeah.
There's there's many reasons, and it's all patient specific. And so we work with every patient directly and say, okay, how can we help you fix your medication?
And another reason is how do I file my insurance? How much does my insurance cover?
Right.
That has changed. Oh my goodness, it's changed a great deal.
Right.
So, listen, I understand how some folks can just say, heck with it. I'm just not going to take it.
Yeah. Or I don't have money this month to pick up my prescription. Yeah.
All right. Talking this morning with Veronica Moat and Maria Campbell with the Harrison School of Pharmacy. They're the co-chairs of the Auburn University Script Your Future Team Challenge at Auburn University. We'll take a look at what some of the events that they'll be taking part in throughout the month of February as well. We'll do that when we come back. Maria Campbell and Veronica Moat are co-chairs for the Auburn University Script Your Future Team Challenge in the Harrison School of Pharmacy on News Talk WANI. They're up bright and early with us this morning on News Talk WANI. This challenge is about midway through the competition at this point. You mentioned well over 100 other schools of pharmacy across the country are taking part in this as well.
Yeah, over 160 schools across the country.
Okay.
And organizations and doctors and nurses, we're all getting involved and collaborating on this effort for medication adherence.
And while it is a challenge, and Auburn would love to win this challenge, I guess the primary goal for this, though, is awareness.
Right.
At this point, correct?
Right.
All right. When you approached a student, or when someone approached you on the concourse last week to talk about this, how did you approach it, and what was the most prevalent question that you got from an Auburn student?
Well, the great thing about the Script Your Future is they come with all these resources that we can use. So we use these things called pocket cards. So you can just be like, oh, here, have a pocket card. And they're like, what's a pocket card?
Right.
And so it's a good conversation starter. And these pocket cards are a place where patients, students, anybody can take and write all the medications they're on, their doses. So when they're jumping from clinic, hospital, nursing home, or any other place, they can just hand it to their physician or doctor.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go to the doctor, and it may be the same doctor you've been going to, you have to have that list of medications.
Yes, exactly. And that's a new law, too, with the hospitals. They have to take all your medications and write them down. So.
And listen, I may know what the pill looks like, but I may not know the exact name for it.
And that's very common to not know exactly what you're taking. And so this card, it fits in your wallet.
And its dosage.
Right. Especially its dosage.
Right.
And this card fits in your wallet. Keep it in your purse, and it can go with you everywhere. Because I have my physician that I see in town, my primary care physician. But I find myself going once a month to Auburn Urgent Care. So it's very important to keep up with all of that.
Okay. We need to get some of those cards out here. We'll pass some of those cards out here.
Yeah, we have a ton of them.
That's a good thing to have.
They're overflowing my car. They're everywhere.
And on the front of the card is a place where you can sign the pledge. And the pledge just says, hey, I'll take my medications as prescribed for the year, and we'll be back next year talking about it. And so, they can just sign the front or go on to scriptyourfuture.org and sign the pledge.
All right. What is the connection between the Harrison School of Pharmacy and this challenge and the Auburn basketball team, the Auburn men's basketball team?
Well, Coach Harris Adler, the assistant coach, is actually the honorary Script Your Future chairperson.
Okay.
So he's a former pharmacist, or actually he's still a current pharmacist, just not necessarily practicing. And so he kind of helps us go along and get out to the public, get out to the community, get our outreach out there. And we have a Take 5 with Auburn coming up with him soon, and he's going to talk a little bit about Script Your Future in his interview that'll go out nationwide.
Right, and I think you can probably see that as well at auburn.edu.
Exactly.
Right, on the website as well. Coach Pearl came by last week, is that right?
He did. He showed up. He was walking on campus, and we came up to him, and he stopped and saw all the white coats on campus, and he said, what's going on here? So we sat him down, took his blood pressure, and told him what we were doing.
Good. All right, let's look to the future now. This final week here in January and the month of February, what will that entail for Script Your Future, and what are some of the different events where folks can come out and get some questions answered?
So in the past, Scripture Future has only been during the month of February. So throwing January at us was a little overwhelming this year. So we have many events planned in February. Actually, on February 4th, we're going to be at the Auburn Healthcare at the Rec and Wellness Center. So you can come see us from 11 to 4, and we'll show up at some of the EAMC diabetes classes.
Okay.
And on February 7th, we'll be in Tuskegee with the Tuskegee Nursing at Calhoun's grocery store talking about it.
Talk about that relationship that you have with Tuskegee and specifically with the nursing students at Tuskegee.
Well, we're very involved on the Auburn Opelika city, but we wanted to expand a little bit, and so we built those connections a couple years ago with Tuskegee Nursing, and it's just blossomed since then, and it's been wonderful working with them.
Okay. When you talk with folks, what are the main points of emphasis? Listen, I probably have an idea. But maybe I don't think about everything that you folks are talking about, and there's some 20 students involved in the Script Your Future Challenge team at Auburn University. So kind of give us an idea of the message that you're giving to whatever age range that you're speaking to.
The main thing that we want to, put out there is that it's very important to take your medication as prescribed and only take those medications that are prescribed, basically. So, being adherent to that, taking it every day the way you're supposed to take it, not missing any doses, because in the long run, it's going to make you healthier. It might not seem like it now, but it's going to prevent, worsening conditions in the future. It's going to prevent, maybe possible hospitalizations in the future because you're taking those medications now.
And the best thing, too, especially with our economy, is it'll save you money. Even if you think you're paying a little more up front, but in the end, you're going to have less hospital stays, less doctor visits if you're taking your medication as prescribed.
Veronica Mote and Maria Campbell are guests on Auburn Opelika this morning with the Harrison School of Pharmacy's Script Your Future Team Challenge. This challenge will extend through February 28th. We'll talk again about some of the different events that the Auburn team will be speaking to in the month of February coming up. And we'll do that all after your weather forecast. On the Auburn campus, not only are they going to be on campus or have been on campus, but they'll be out in the community as well, out in the region as well throughout this month and the month of February, competing against 160 other schools of pharmacy and other organizations across the country. Now, how many years have you been involved in this challenge?
This challenge has been going on for 4 years total now. It was supposed to end last year in its third year, but they decided it got such a great outreach, and it was so great to the community to extend it a fourth year. We're hoping for a fifth. I've been involved with it for 3 years now since I've been a student at Auburn. I've been co-chair or chair last year, and I decided it was a lot, so I brought Maria on with me this year. And
all right, let's go again over the events that you'll be taking part in between now and the end of February as part of the Script Your Future Team Challenge.
All right. Well, actually, this Thursday we're going to be at the Soup Kitchen in
It's in downtown Opelika. It's Christian Care Ministry Soup Kitchen.
Okay.
We'll be there from 10 to 12. And then on February 4th, we're going to be at the Auburn new Rec and Wellness Center for their health fair from 11 to 4. And on February 7th, we'll be at Calhoun's grocery store in Tuskegee talking about with the Tuskegee students. And there's many more to come, but those are a few of the upcoming ones.
You're involved with East Alabama Medical Center, is that right?
Yes.
We are. We will participate in some diabetes care and some cardiac care education classes, and just coming and giving maybe a 5-minute spiel about Script Your Future, basically what we're saying here with you,
right,
and handing out some medication pocket cards.
For someone that would like to get, and I'm sincere in saying I think that the patient care card is a great idea, just to be able to have it. Where can folks pick up one of the cards?
We have them right now at 3 locations. We have them at Auburn Adult and Pediatric Medicine, and we have them at Auburn Acute Care, and
there's some at Adams Pharmacy as well.
Okay.
And you can go online at scriptyourfuture.org, and they have all these resources and links and stuff, and you can print one off from there. So if you don't want to get out.
All right, wallet size though, you got it, so you can just keep it in the wallet.
Keep it in your wallet, add to it, remove from it whenever it's necessary. It's a great resource for especially doctors and at urgent care to hand out.
Sounds good. All right, how will you know, when will they announce the winner of this team competition?
Well, the report's due on March 15th, and I like to call myself a wordsmith. I'm really good at, writing,
Fabulous.
making words sound beautiful on paper.
Good for you.
They don't necessarily sound that great coming out of my mouth, but they do on paper. So I have until March 15th, from February 28th to March 15th, to actually, write up this beautiful summary of what all that we've done and submit it, and we should know by April or May.
Okay. Well, good luck to both of you. Thank you both for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Getting up bright and early.
Thank you for having us.
Wish you all the best in your careers as well.